Alrighty guys, and welcome back to an educational informative Dead by Daylight survivor game on Father's Chapel against a Blight. Now, this killer has a lot of movement speed, and almost 99% of Blights you see are going to be rocking double movement speed add-ons, giving him an extra 5% movement speed. What a lot of players don't realize is that 5% movement speed is essentially doubled, because whenever a killer goes to lunge at a player, they're lunging at the equivalent of a base of 115. I can see he has double movement speed now, so when a killer's base movement speed is 230 and he uses his ability, his lunge goes twice as far as a normal lunge. Based on that alone, if he is running a movement speed add-on, he is getting a multiplier on top of his additive, allowing him to hit hits that normally he could not hit without rocking double movement speed. It makes things really awkward, and it allows him to get around the board and control the map infinitely better. So we can see how early we've left and we've ran. He's going to come up there. He's going to kick that. Looks like every single player has decided to get off generators, which is not a very good thing to have happen this early on in the trial. Alright, we're going to just move. I should be realistically working on this generator all the way over here, because there is a guaranteed 3-gen that spawns inside the circus. So breaking this 3-gen early, I can see that one there, I can see this one here, and there should be one to the left-hand side, giving the killer a really powerful area, especially if it's one of the top 5 best killers in DBD in terms of map control. So, what do we know? The guy who got hooked early jumped straight on a generator. Massive props towards him. We need Claudette. Oh, he might be finishing the heal on himself as well through Resurgence, which is nice. They need to both get on 2 different gens and start applying heavy pressure. Me missing my first grade skill check, probably not the most ideal situation. We have Claudette to our right-hand side. 2 people stacked on a gen. We'll get the gen done quickly. Now, this is a full solo queue map, but I do want to point out that I really hope Claudette doesn't work on the gen behind me, because that's going to lead to a 3-gen on the opposite end of the map. I'm happy for them to work with me on this gen to break a 3-gen, but as long as we leave that, because it is the furthest tile away, it's going to force this killer with incredible map control around the widest available path. In a perfect world, we get 1 done here, 1 done across the board, 1 done in the middle, and that's going to make it a much harder experience, especially if it was a killer like Hag or somebody who can't control the board. If Claudette starts working on that, we might have a little bit of an issue. Good movement by Claudette. She understands that she can't afford to work on that gen behind me. She vanished. She might have went for a gen to the left-hand side. I'm going to start working on the center gen. This player's been looping the killer quite well. We got an entire gen done in time. I hear movement down there to the left-hand side, or a gen that's been worked on to my left-hand side. I see that pallet's pulled down. For all I know, the killer's going to go around it. I see the killer has broken the pallet, and he's most likely going to be coming towards the closest loop to the left-hand side, meaning that we are not going to be able to get away because there was no window to utilize close to that pallet, and the killer can obviously headbutt into walls and run across the map very quickly. Unfortunate she goes down, but she did really good. I know that gen's being worked on by this gentleman. I'm going to get off my gen right now in case he has... Ooh, that's awesome. I didn't realize he was over there, because I could hear this generator that was chugging from all the way upstairs. This is really good. Unfortunately, Claudette's on another generator, which is going to lead to a 3-gen. He shouldn't come in and look for a hook trade. He needs to run right past him. That's exactly what he's doing. I might need to take a hit for him. I don't think he makes anything. He used Dead Hard at a very awkward time, and unfortunately, he wasn't going to be able to help the killer. I'm going to run right past this gentleman. I'm going to take it a little wider. That way, he's unable to take the hit on me. Now, I do know the killer is going to bang straight into the wall and come straight over. I'm going to high knees and run straight away. We're going to use line of sight here where the killer can't get a hit. I know she still has borrowed time in her, because borrowed time lasts for 12 seconds. Now, what else do I know is he's most likely going to go back to the hook and not chase me, based on the fact there are multiple people in front of him. He has pressure on literally every single player in this lobby, which is really bad for us. I need to hurry up and get back on a generator and start getting work done right now. You can hear that he's actually coming towards me, which I find very interesting considering the pressure he had on the other guys. It didn't make sense for him to come all the way over here. Movement in the center of the board. I'm going to work on the shack instead. I don't like how much time I've spent running around. We have a lot of generators that have been started, but not a lot of generators that have been completed. We have 1 player on death hook that we have to be really careful about not dying. I really think he should hide. Unfortunately, he jumped straight into the loving embrace of the killer, but he did have access to Dead Hard. Let's see what the killer decides to do right now. Commit to the chase in order to tunnel off the target. It does make sense to eliminate a target. Look at the pressure we have on the generators right now. I could look at getting in the way and taking a body block hit for him, or I could jump straight on a generator and try and apply as much pressure as I possibly can. I'm actually going to jump on the generator all the way over here to the right-hand side, because I can see that there is currently going to be no time to save that guy. This generator has no one on it, meaning the other girl's working most likely all the way over there. The killer is looking at eliminating a target. We have 4 generators, well, 2 generators left to complete, and we are going to be in a bit of a sticky situation. We've got the girl working in the gen in the center of the map. I'm working in an area with no pallet, no window, nothing to defend myself against a double movement speed Blight. That's going to put me in a really awkward situation if he decides to come all the way over here. I can hear the heartbeat getting louder, but I can't actually see what direction he's coming in. Claudette's on the gen on the far right too. This is good. Let's try and work on this. Unfortunately, this is going to lead to a closer 3-gen in that side of the map. Despite it not being technically a 3-gen, we know how quickly the Blight can get around the board. He's most likely going to find somebody and enter chase really soon. He needs to kick the gen in the center of the map, but he hasn't even bothered doing that. That's both good and bad. It means there's no stability, no regression upstairs, because when she got off the gen, I didn't see her grab anything or scream or... Alright, use line of sight here. He didn't see a single scratch. He might... It looks like he just ran right past the gen. You see? So he got no stability, no regression, and he thinks there's no one here. He found a different player, and he's now chasing the other injured player, but Claudette got off of her generator. I will take a hit for this guy if he does run over to me, but at the same time, I'm going to stay on the generator. Constantly keeping heat on this killer might be what results in this team actually getting away with maybe a win. Unfortunately, she goes down, but if we're able to complete at least one of these 2 generators, the game could still be very well in our favor. He's got a hook beside Claudette's gen, which is nearly done, but he never regressed the gen in the center of the board, which is a gen that I'm going to get stability about. I can't go for the gen in the center of the map at the moment, and the reason I can't is because I need to go for the hook save, because he's going to go for the snowball win right now. If he gets it down on Claudette, we're in deep trouble. I'm actually going to wait right here. Let's see what's currently going on. I can hear Claudette upstairs. I'm going to just stand here and hope he doesn't see me. He might have nowhere to hide. It is a Blight. Let's see what his movement is. I can hear that he's coming for the gen upstairs right now. I need to come in and get the save right now onto this gentleman. Or this lady, and she needs to be very careful about her movement because he's going to come straight back towards us. I'm going to jump straight over this and see what his play is. Alright, I'm going to use double movement speed, and I'm going to try and take as much spacing as I can. We'll use the key so we can see our allies. He's got stability over there. Looks like he's going to instantly let go of the chase, which is good for us, because I can jump straight back on the generator. We need to make sure that he can't protect both of these gens. They're both really close to being done. He is chasing Claudette. If we get one of these gens done before he gets another hook, this could be very beneficial for us. In a perfect world for him, he's going to slug and then come back to me. Unfortunately for me, there is not much I can do here. I mean, I find that a little ridiculous that he did a 180-degree turn multiple times as the Blight. But that's just running double movement speed with this killer's ability. Alright, the other guy gets picked up from dying state. He never kicked my generator. Those 2 are healing. He's going to try and see if he can see anything and come back and down me over here. We can hear the heartbeat getting loud, so we know he's coming straight back in. I should wait a little bit further away. That way he has to play around these loops all the way over here. It's not a very good place to be playing against a Blight with double movement speed, because like I said, he can get incredible hits onto me. And it looks like that's exactly what he's looking at doing. I'm going to slow vault this. Unfortunately for me, because of his sheer amount of movement speed, he might actually be able to get a 180-degree hit here. No, we're able to take the vault again. Let's take the long wall around it. He will be able to down me here, but those 2 are going to be able to complete the gen. I am isolated in the corner of the map. There's not really much for me to loop around or play around. They're going to get the gen upstairs, and it might be a game where we actually have to die. Didn't want to drop that, but you know what? We will drop that, and we do have a nice play here. Unfortunately, the double movement speed allows him to hit a hit that he wouldn't be able to hit without it. Just imagine if he was running 5% slower. I made that pallet vault. He breaks a pallet. I make the window. Then I have a double window alignment. It just goes to show you how strong the double movement is. Both my teammates get full healed. Both my teammates are able to finish the gen. I go down. He's going to be playing to one of the... She has to do a really quick save because he's coming straight back. She needs to go for this really quickly. Found the other player. I need to go for the door, or she needs to go for the door because we have a player on death hook right now. There is no time to full heal me. We need pressure right now. Ideally, she gets the door rather than me because I am currently injured. But I'm going to be closer than her, and that 1 extra second might make the difference between life and death. So let's jump straight on the door right now. She could look for a body block to help her teammate. Looks like she won't. Now, if the killer picks up, he can get across the board very quickly. I just hope Claudette doesn't try and cut me off running towards the door here, that she takes it wide, or she waits behind me. Because if she cuts me off here, it could have been bad for us, but let's pay attention. When the door opens, she should take the widest available path rather than the shortest. Beautiful. She waited nice and patiently. Unfortunately, that is going to be the killer walking away with 2 kills. He ended up losing. So think of it this way. He lost 2 gens that were nearly completed in order to hook a player for the first time and let go of what he had in terms of protection in the center of the map. And what did he get? He got 1 hook on a first-time hook for the price of 2 people, both on death hook, getting to full heal and complete the game and split in 2 different directions. Anyways, that's going to be an educational form of Dead by Daylight killer game, survivor game. Sorry, if you enjoyed the educational content, it just goes to show you how strong some of the movement speed add-ons are. They allow you to get hits that normally you can't hit. And if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do educational form of DBD killer and survivor content over at Twitch if you guys want to tune into the live stream. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the fog in the next video. Have a good one. Cheers.